In the ever-evolving landscape of international politics, few narratives capture the imagination quite like the ongoing saga between the United States and Ukraine. The recent revelations surrounding President Volodymyr Zelensky's refusal to cede half of Ukraine's rare earth elements to the United States have ignited discussions not only within Ukraine, but also across the globe. The implications of such a decision reverberate through the corridors of power, and the motivations behind it are as complex as the geopolitical chessboard itself. The backdrop to this drama is the ambitious and often controversial figure of former President Donald Trump, whose dealings and proposals have frequently stirred the pulse of public opinion. Reports have surfaced indicating that Trump sought far more than just a slice of Ukraine's mineral wealth. The suggestion that he aimed for a 50% stake in key sectors such as ports, infrastructure, oil, and natural gas paints a picture of a grand strategy that extends well beyond mere economic interest. If such a deal were to materialize, estimates suggest that the potential profit could soar to an astonishing $500 billion. Zelensky's decision to reject this overture raises critical questions about national sovereignty, economic independence, and the broader implications for Ukraine's future. It is important to understand the context in which this refusal occurred. Ukraine, having emerged from the shadows of Soviet control, has been on a path of self-determination and reform, seeking to establish its identity on the global stage. The country is rich in natural resources, and the rare earth elements it possesses are not just valuable commodities. They are strategic assets in the global economy, essential for technology, defense, and renewable energy sectors. By refusing to hand over such a significant portion of its resources, Zelensky is making a statement about Ukraine's autonomy and its right to control its own destiny. The decision is not merely about economics. It is a declaration of independence from external pressures and a reaffirmation of Ukraine's place in the world. The stakes are high, and the ramifications of this decision will undoubtedly influence Ukraine's relationships with both Western allies and adversaries. Moreover, the British media's coverage of this situation underscores the global interest in Ukraine's resources and the political maneuvering that surrounds them. The notion that Trump would approach the situation with a business mindset is not surprising, given his background in real estate and deal-making. However, the audacity of seeking such a substantial share of a sovereign nation's resources raises ethical questions about the nature of international relations in the 21st century. Is it acceptable for a powerful nation to leverage its influence to secure economic advantages from a smaller, vulnerable state? The implications of this proposed arrangement extend far beyond the immediate financial benefits. Should Ukraine have acquiesced to such demands, it could have opened the floodgates for further exploitation by foreign powers, undermining its sovereignty and potentially leading to a loss of control over its own resources. The specter of neocolonialism looms large, as nations with significant economic and military power seek to impose their will on those with fewer resources and less bargaining power. Zelensky's leadership has been characterized by a commitment to reform and a desire to align Ukraine more closely with Western institutions. His administration has worked diligently to combat corruption, strengthen democratic institutions, and foster economic growth. However, this refusal also places Zelensky in a precarious position. Balancing the demands of powerful allies while maintaining a firm grip on national interests is no small feat. The potential backlash from the United States, if Trump were to regain power or if current relations were to sour, could pose significant challenges to Ukraine's aspirations. The decision also resonates with the Ukrainian populace, many of whom have endured the consequences of political and economic turmoil over the years. The memory of past exploitations, both by foreign powers and domestic oligarchs, is etched into the national consciousness. Zelensky's rejection of Trump's proposal may serve to bolster his domestic support, portraying him as a leader who prioritizes the interest of his people over those of foreign entities. The narrative of standing firm against external pressures is one that resonates deeply within a nation that has fought hard for its independence and territorial integrity. As the world watches this unfolding drama, the implications extend to broader questions about the future of international relations. The dynamics of power are shifting, and the actions of nations are increasingly scrutinized through the lens of ethical considerations and the impact on global stability. The tug-of-war between national interests and the pursuit of economic gain is a delicate balance that will continue to shape the geopolitical landscape. In conclusion, the refusal of President Zelensky to yield half of Ukraine's rare earth elements to the United States, amidst Trump's ambitious proposals, is emblematic of the complexities inherent in modern diplomacy. It highlights the tension between economic opportunity and national sovereignty, the challenges of leadership in a globalized world, and the enduring quest for self-determination. As countries navigate these treacherous waters, the decisions made today will undoubtedly echo into the future, shaping the relationships between nations and the course of history itself. In a world where power dynamics are constantly shifting, Ukraine's stand is a testament to the resilience of a nation determined to chart its own path.